All right, we're going to assemble the box, which you're going to need to do before you turn it in. So we're going to go over to our assembly. We're going to hit insert. And because we did them all in one part file, in one part studio, they're going to be a lot easier to put in. So I'm going to start with that one. I'm going to put one of these in. I'm going to put two of these ones in. Put one of these, one of these. All right. Okay. I'm going to want to fix one of them so that everything else moves around that one. I'm going to fix this one. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to right click and hit fix so it doesn't move. So it's just a matter of doing FASTMate. Make sure all these things line up. So I do this face, that line there. That lines up with this face, that line there. Oh, what a wonder to behold. That is the right one. Okay, so let's do the back here. Let's say, oh, it is there, okay. I didn't select. Let's go that face, this line right here. And that touches this face, that line right there. And we're noticing things aren't lining up quite the way that we want. Here's one thing we can do. I'm going to delete that one. I'm going to fasten it to the same piece. Let's go back to isometric. It's the curve that's throwing us off a little bit. If I do it to the same piece, it'll look a little bit more normal. So I'm going to do this face. That line. And that lines up with this face. That line. There we go. All right, let's go back, look at it in an isometric view again. These line up, everything's lining up. You might also notice these are overlapping a little bit. Go and look here. And that is also because of the curve. I think it looks better if these ones are overlapping like this rather than the bottom there. So 6 of one, half a dozen of another. All right, so let's go look in 3D again. Let's say let's do this face facing that way is gonna go on this face facing that way. That looks good. Oh, gonna need to. The other program I have has one button that you can touch to go back to this. I'm kind of missing that button. This requires a lot of rotating stuff around. All right, so let's go with this face facing that way. That would be this face facing that way. Okay, and then the last thing is the lid. So here's one thing I can do with the lid. I'm not going to do a fasten mate. I'm going to do a revolution mate, which requires that you pick the inside of a circle. So right there. And oh, come on, right there. And if everything has worked out properly, I'm a box. I would like to eat you. And it will go. Now, it didn't work out perfectly on that one. So if you look from the top, it's offset a little bit. I didn't quite select the right ones. I should have selected the outer one. I thought I had it, but apparently I had the inner one. And you just offset it by 1/8 of an inch. There you go. And if you look from the front, this lowered one goes there. So this is what I want to receive from everyone. This assembly, uh, when you hit share, or when you give me the link share, don't forget to do that link sharing and turn on link sharing and copy to clipboard and so on and turn that in. Uh, Make sure I have link sharing on it when you turn it in so I can go in and export your DXFs. Otherwise, you got to export all 5 DXFs or 6 if you have um, custom ones. And I want to see that you've made sure they line up. Make sure your finger joints actually act like fingers. Uh, if the design is not extruded, it's not the end of the world. If you want to have like holes in it, by all means, you can go through and extrude. And this should print out in one sheet. I can fit this size box on a 5x10 piece of wood, which is what fits in the laser cutter. Leave it up, and then you should be able to pressure foot it in. Now, with a pressure fit, you got to, you might need like a mallet or lightly tap with a hammer because it's firm. You also might need a little bit of sandpaper or like a fingernail sanding board to an emery board to clean out the little holes in the finger joints so that they go together nicely. All right, we will stop there.